do videos for us. So you see me here. I, like many Nigerians, remember where I was. We are now in 2020. Once a year, the will of the nation feels I remember feeling as
Today's video vlog is being sponsored by Live XP. Some time ago, I took a trip to Dakar and even vlogged my experience there. I know my OG YouTube subscribers can remember that trip and how I was basically lost because I could not speak French.
Guys, the language barrier is real. It has been such a struggle. Je ne sais pas français.
If I could go back in time, maybe this is what I would do differently. I'll check out Live XP, a platform where you can find language tutors for private one-on-one lessons. They have over 2,000 tutors and 30 languages. And everyone knows that the fastest way to learn a language is by speaking it, especially with someone else. So I love that Live XP offers live human interaction with your tutors so that I don't forget all my French before I go back to Dakar again. You get one-on-one live lessons with your tutors because Live XP has special filters that matches you with the right tutors and even with native speakers of whatever language you're trying to learn. You can also track your progress to see how you're doing, and all of it is quite affordable. You can book a trial session right now using the link in my description box. The link gives you a 30-minute trial session for just 99 cents, and if you do decide to subscribe, you'll also get 30% off with the promo code Ezinne30 at the checkout. Thank you once again to Live XP for sponsoring this video. Hi guys, welcome to episode 1, and our dilemma for the week is from Joy. She says, "Hi Ezinne, how did you grow into a bold and outspoken lady with boundaries, saying no when necessary without being gullible? I struggle with speaking up, saying my mind, being thick-skinned. I tend to stay quiet and sometimes I'm indecisive when it comes to setting boundaries." So hi Joy. I think women are generally conditioned to be quiet and agreeable at all times. And I think that this has led many women, opened the door for many women to be abused or taken advantage of. And when I noticed this, I just simply made a decision that I was going to live my life differently, that at least to the best of my ability, I wouldn't put myself in a position where I could be taken advantage of. And I think every change starts with a decision. So I will not be rude to anyone, but I will be firm about what I will allow and what I do not want. And I think it takes time to learn this, to be fair. Just start small and start with little things and just watch how your confidence grows. Your no is just as important as your yes. So learn how to use it. Of course, it can be scary to decide to change, but I wonder if you know that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. The problem is you want everyone to like you, and that is not possible. Maturity is realizing that some people will even go out of their way to hate you, even when there's no logical reason to. So you might as well choose your peace of mind. All right, Amanda, we want to do a quick outfit check. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing gold jewelry, shirt for my sister, pants for my sister, bag for my sister. I pity does not have sister. This is the outfit of the day.
Oh, you look so gorgeous.
Thank you. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing this nice brown top. I think it matches with my locks. And can you see my locks? We talk about it for a minute. What are we talking about?
How do you feel today?
When Ifoma first reached out to me like, "Hey, I'm doing this event, like I would really love you to like speak at it," I was just like, no. And I think God makes it that way so that I always remember that it's not me. I think I posted something to my Instagram like a few days ago, and I was just like, God, may I never forget that it is your hand upon my life that makes the difference. Because I think if I was somebody who felt like I could do this, maybe I wouldn't pray. Maybe I'll just get up and go. But like I'm so conscious of how like inadequate I am that I feel like I'm always relying on God. By the way, this is so random, but it just started reading. I have a question for you. How do you feel being young and doing what you do? People are reaching out to you for advice, and you're still a teenager, so yeah, that.
How do I feel? To be very honest, I feel I feel like what you said, to be very honest, I feel very humble. This is not me. This is not me at all, because I know me. And it's like, no, this is 100% God. I don't take any credit for anything I do. No credit goes to me. So I still feel the same, because I just feel like I'm watching like my life from like passenger seats than being the one driving it. So yeah.
So, but do you ever have nerves when you're going to speak?
100%.
I know, right?
100%. I don't think you'll never not have nerves.
Do you get?
But like once you start, it just kind of like settles, because I genuinely believe like God just starts speaking through me. So it's no longer me having to do all the like, unless He asks me questions, I'm like, I'm back to square one.
So where I'm going to today, they're actually going to ask me questions like I'm going to be on a panel. I hope I have an answer to this question. So
You reminds me of scripture that says, in the hour I'll tell you what to say.
yeah, right.
So yeah, you got this.
All right, we're on our way. Do I know who?
Grandma. Was that on video? No, it's a just jokes. Did you eat before Wednesday?
Eh?
Did you eat before?
No, I've not eaten.
Yeah.
My concern with them rice was that it will even knock you out.
It will make me so sluggish and slow.
God is attracted to things that seem small. Because you see, the Bible says there is one that plants, there is another one that waters, but it is the Lord that causes it to grow. God is attracted to small things the same way He is attracted to weakness, because He reveals Himself through it. What you're calling small, God is like, man, that looks beautiful. Now watch what my glory would do when this encounters the power of God.
I want to write a script or something. She has done it. Oh, I want to open a YouTube channel, which is one of the most common ones. She has done it, and not only done it, but she has grown that from 0 subscribers that everyone starts from to now over 100,000 people. I think that is, I think that is something that is not spoken of enough about her, and that's just a reflection of how much she doesn't care about herself at the end of the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, Ezinne Zara.
Hi everyone.
Hi. Ezinne, tell us about your journey as a creator. I do know some of it, but you started as a blogger, right? And you were writing stories and all of that. And now it's evolving so beautifully. Like everything is adding up. So tell us about that journey.
Okay, I just want to first say you look beautiful. Yeah, you look really, really nice. I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm underdressed, but you know. When I started doing my YouTube channel, it just became very clear that God did not want me to go the like stereotypical way that people would expect me to go. That was another huge sacrifice on my part, because then it opened me up to criticism, and opened me up to misunderstanding and judgment and all kinds of things. But I now had to, just like she said as well, like, go back and be like, who am I at the root? Before anybody saw me, I knew what I had with God. And I don't need anybody to approve of it. I just decided that I was just going to focus on that. So I think I've always been creative. I come from a very creative family. My dad writes. My mom used to make dresses. So I come from a very creative family, right? And I've always known from a young age that God was going to use me in that way.
I've seen the evolution of your YouTube, for example. I've seen the evolution of your writing, even the way you take your pictures now, even down to like that detail. So how did you start your YouTube? Like, I remember when it was that background in your old house where you sit and maybe your TV was also showing. I think you were using your iPhone or something. How did you, like, because a lot of excuses that we hear is, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, or there are people that are looking at what it is now and are saying that, oh, they're just very high standards. But how did you start? What did you start with? How did you even determine what videos or what to talk about in your videos? Because that's also another thing. Oh, I don't know what to talk about. How do you, I want to create your
This
niche.
was happening in my master class. You want me to give it out to you? Okay, so what's interesting is that was not actually my house. Yes. So for a long time, I also didn't have a space to fill. But just like Onyeka, maybe because we're like first daughters, I'm such a self-starter. Like, once I feel like this is something I want to do, the first thing I do is I write it down. Like, I actually sit down, whether on my laptop or on my notebook, I write down, like,
I spend a lot of time by myself thinking. If you don't spend that time by yourself, you cannot flesh out your ideas. You can't come up with new ideas. You can't have your mind. That's why sometimes I also take breaks, because it's so noisy. There's so many people talking. So sometimes you need to just even come away so that you can hear what is your own, which one is God's own. Like, you need to separate it, otherwise you will be doing what you're hearing people saying. Anyway, so I write down my ideas and my thoughts. I obviously pray through them. God gives me ideas, to be very honest. So I think when I first started, I didn't have anywhere to film. I was living with a relative at that time. So when I would pray and everything, like, God, what do I do? I just remembered this place, Prayer House. There's a place called Prayer House in Lekki Phase 1, and that's what happens when I pray. Like, I just remember something, and I was like, oh, these people had told me before that if I ever need this space, I can come there. So I just reached out to them, like, hey, will it be possible for me to come and film content? It's faith-based. This is what I want to talk about. And we're like, oh yes, you can come for an hour. So I think sometimes, like, we overcomplicate things. Just like you were saying, we look at people who should be an inspiration and compare ourselves to them, and then we hate on them and we're angry with them and we say God is not fair. But for a long time, that's how I was filming. I would get like a big bag, put my change of clothes into it, enter a bus, go there, set up my tripod stand with my iPhone, and film my video. I will go into the bathroom, I will change, I will come back, I will film again. Like, that's how I was filming. I think if we stop thinking about all the reasons why we can't do that thing and start thinking of all the ways we can do that thing, it will just open up. So I never allowed myself to be a victim. There's always a way. And once you sit down and you just take the time to think and say, how can I get this thing done? You will get it done.
Ezinne, thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know what I was expecting from this, but thank you. Because even I came to ask questions, but now I have more questions. I'm like, wow, thank you so much. Ezinne had hinted, or well, I think most of you would already know, she is putting together, and that was one question I was going to ask, but don't worry, I know you're pressed for time. Just about teaching, like, how do you know when you learn so well that you can start to teach?
When there's a demand for it.
Yeah, simple. Because that is also another plateau that people reach, and it's like, oh, you're sharing so much, but you're not creating the systems for what you're building to outlive you. And the best way to do that is to teach other people. In fact, the best way to become better at it is to teach other people. And so she, I think this is the second YouTube masterclass that she will be hosting. And so we are going to sponsor one or a few people who are looking to one or a few people who are looking to start that journey. Like I said before, I'll call you. Like, I'll ask you, where is the return of hours? I will be checking the timelines of the masterclass and everything, and I'll even maybe get access to the curriculum somehow.
Okay, I'll give one more too.
Okay, thank you. So that will be, I currently have for one person, but now that's two people. So we're going to put together just a simple application process before the time. I think it's 2nd of November. 1st of November. So before then, just for people who are really looking to not just start, but maybe have started and there are just things that are not working. Ezinne is the perfect person to teach that, because there is a great combination of both skill and dependence, skill and spirit. Who said that? Jim, like, I love you, like. So skill and spirit. So we'll be doing that for 2 people. I don't know who those 2 people will be, but when we put out the applications. But thank you so much, Ezinne. I am so grateful. Thank you, Thank you.